Welcome to Neyland Stadium, one of the biggest and most beautiful settings in all of college football. This big crowd ready to roar. They know when the Volunteers run through that tee, it's showtime. And a game like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, there's history and tradition, but right here, right now, there is tremendous intensity and bitterness on this field. You can feel it. As we'll see the number 2 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. The Dogs will kick this deep to get us going. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. The Volunteers offense has the football first here today. Here we go, Kirk. All the emotion in this stadium. Which side is going to handle that better today?
Chris, we had a chance to visit both these teams. And one of the things that we saw, the clock's ticking down all year for this game.
And the junior able to get home with the sack.
Wow, what a rough way to start this football game for these guys. Already kind of in a hole inside their own 20. And the first play, they give up a sack, and now they're going in the wrong direction, getting a little closer to their own goal line.
So it's 2nd down and long here from the 13. And the quarterback keeps it here. Not much on that play, brought down short.
Not exactly the outcome this offense was hoping for here on the option. I'll give them credit. They didn't lose anything, so it wasn't a negative play. But this kind of play's got to be able to hit big and get down the sidelines for big yards.
So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know, this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. And it's good for a first down to the 36.
That's exactly what you want to see here from this offense. A big 3rd down conversion. Offensive line did their job, giving a quarterback enough time. Great read, good execution, throws the ball accurately. Now you got some momentum going here on this opening drive.
And the Vols will hustle to the line here to run the hurry-up. Off the play fake on first down. And with nobody open, he chooses to just throw it away. Well, Kirk, you played in plenty of rivalry games. How do they feel different from the others?
Well, Chris, rivalry games, and depending on who the coach is, this is a game you think about all year. You know, you're working out in the weight room. You're doing drills and some are 2-a-days. Everything is focused on getting to this game and playing your very best.
And from the shotgun, an inside handoff.
With the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Back to throw. It's Ayamaleva. Pressure is coming. The pass is off target. He got hit as he threw as the 3rd down pressure works.
Gosh, I just love to watch this defense fly around. Great job here on 3rd down. Look at it. You're on the road. Things are going against you early in the game, and you block all of that out, and you're running around with confidence making plays.
The Volunteers will line up to boot it away. Promising opening drive, but it stalls. Hunter out to kick it away. The coverage team able to bring him down. So Georgia's offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. And here we go, Kirk, this matchup on the edge that's going to go a long way to deciding this game. An elite wide receiver and a guy who doesn't believe anybody can beat him.
This is going to be like a boxing match where it's an all-out battle. 2 extremely gifted athletes competing on every snap. You better get your popcorn ready. Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And That's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks over the years. Guys like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Murray and more recently Jake Fromm and, of course, Stetson Bennett, who won back-to-back national championships. And what they're seeing today from this quarterback, they got to be very proud of.
And they've got him. And remember, the last time these rivals met, Kirk, these guys dropped the hammer. It got ugly.
And, Chris, don't underestimate the mental anguish that can put on a team. It's important that this defense plays well and tries to get the ball back to their own offense to give them a chance to build their confidence up.
It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Solid run, tackled at the 45-yard line.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situations, much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Third down after that running play. Can he get there on the ground? He stopped, but he gets a first down.
Nice first down run here by this running back. And these are the kind of situations on third and short that you can gain a lot of momentum, or it can kill a drive and kill the confidence of an offense. Here they pick up the nice first down, which is great, new set of downs, but it also gives you a lot of confidence that you can wear that defense down psychologically.
Breaks loose at the 40. They get him down, but not before he gets to the plus 38.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense loved to play the RPO game. And here early, they pick up some big yards.
Georgia setting up for the 1st and 10 now. Back to pass. It's Beck. Finds an open target on the left side. In the clear at the 25. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Quick throw over the middle. Pass caught. Can he get in? And he scores. Touchdown, Georgia. Wow, that is an impressive start, Kirk. In an emotional game like this, to be so efficient, to click like that early is impressive.
Well, it's very impressive and a great way to start for this team because all the buildup and all the hype, now you can just settle in and play your game.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open scoring.
That makes the score Georgia 7, Tennessee.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away.
Set to advance on the play.
Fields it inside the 5-yard line. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Volunteers' high-tempo offense is back out on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Can they get this offense going finally? Get some points out of this possession. The sure hands. It's White. Moves the ball out across the 30. That's good for a first down.
Boy, a great throw and a first down for Tennessee, and they are in business. This quarterback is playing well, and, you know, Chris, they are able to recruit the nation when it comes to quarterback play because of the history and tradition they have. Started really with Peyton Manning, but has worked its way through. Think about T. Martin, won the national title in '98. Hendon Hooker, what he did a few years ago. Go back to Josh Dobbs. Boy, they've had some great quarterbacks that have played here.
One play on the quarterback. He's tackled at the 32-yard line. Brings up second down.
ball is hustled to the line to run the hurry up. Looking to pass. It's Ayamaleva. Catch is made behind the line of scrimmage. And he's tackled for a loss after the catch. The defense all over that one.
How about the discipline of this defense here on second down? You're anticipating a pass. They've got pretty much everybody covered. And then once the back has the ball, how about the speed to be able to bring him down? Now it's third down.
So to avoid another punt here in the second drive, they got to convert here on third down. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. The sophomore able to get home with the sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
And the Volunteers will line up to punt it away. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. And the returner elects to fair catch it, no return. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. It's good for a 3-yard gain, so 2nd and 7.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
A quick throw out left, complete. He is a load to bring down. Finally, a strong tackle by the cornerback gets him.
I think it's important to kind of let your quarterback get into a rhythm early in the game. Sure, you'd love to see the big gains, but plays like this allow the quarterback to get settled into the game, find his rhythm, and then he can make the bigger plays later on.
Grab behind the line, it's Smith.
I think he makes the right read here. He gets the ball out to his receiver, but the receiver's got to win. He's got to win that one-on-one matchup against the defender, and he doesn't. So now we've got a 4th down.
The Bulldogs will have to kick it away. And he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Bounce right at the 3-yard line and into the end zone for a touchback. And the Volunteers' powerful offense back out in the field. The last drive, they came up empty, had to kick it away. Can they come up with something here? And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense. And he's got some open field ahead. Return to pick 6. Touchdown, Bulldogs. For the takeaway and the touchdown, that is just a dream play for any defender, Kirk.
Well, let's start with the interception. I just love the fact that he got his eyes turned around, found the football, and then has the athletic ability to be able to secure it. Then he goes back to high school running back days and shows you what he can do with the ball in his hands and takes it all the way back for a touchdown. Beautiful thing.
And now the try here for the extra point. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead.
That makes the score Georgia 14, Tennessee 0.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. They'll return it from inside the 5. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And Tennessee's offense back out on the field now. They have got to bounce back on this possession after throwing a pick 6 last time out. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. Oh, the pass is picked off. Not much on the return there, but a great interception to give the offense the football at the 42.
I'm going to give the defensive coordinator a tip of the cap here. They went with dime coverage with 6 defensive backs, which gives them a lot more speed on the field. And with those defensive backs, they're able to play better in space. They recognize the ball, step in front of it for a nice interception. First down here for this offense.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
Second down play coming up. And now the running back's got it again. Oh, what a move. They get him down, but he crosses midfield, spot the ball at the 44.
With great patience and acceleration to be able to pick up this first down by this back from Georgia. You think of Georgia backs, you think about Herschel Walker right away, right? Sonny Michel, Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, Noshawn Marino. I mean, the list goes on and on of great Georgia backs.
Grab behind the line. It's Urasek. They get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
The gain makes it 2nd and medium. Caught behind the line. It's Lovett. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Chris, the more we watch these spread offenses attack in today's game, it's not just about the vertical shots with the taller receivers on the outside. Defenses are challenged even more by those smaller slot receivers and their quickness in space.
That gain sets up a 3rd down play. Looking to pass. It's Beck. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
So they'll send out the field goal unit to give it a shot here from very long distance. And he's got it from 56 yards away. Never in doubt.
Boy, this guy had plenty of leg here, too. Chris, you remember the days when a kick from 50-plus was a major accomplishment? Now these guys knock these out like they're almost automatic.
They come away with 3 points on the drive, and now the kickoff team will boot it away. Fields it just outside the goal line. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. And Tennessee's high-powered offense is back out on the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. Now begin with a quick throw to the left.
Well, here the defense decided to sit back and play zone, and that front didn't do a good job of pressuring the quarterback. He had the time to make the throw, and he put it on target.
The ball's hustled to the line to run the hurry-up. Caught in the backfield. It's McCoy. They'll actually lose yardage after the catch. The defense all over him that time.
On a wide receiver screen with a corner that tight, you've got to do a good job of blocking him or screening him. Nobody there, and the quick reaction by the corner allows him to make a nice play.
Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a 3rd down play. Scanning the field. It's Ayamaleva. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Brought down at the 28, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
Man, you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
Looking for some space. It's Sampson. And he's brought down after a short gain. Does not make the 1st down yardage.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. But what I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Quarterback still with the football. They test the middle of the defense, but get nothing.
Boy, this defense is strong up front. Linebackers are flying downhill, able to make plays against this run game. Now they get this offense to another third down. Now you pressure that quarterback and try to build on the lead.
Well, Kirk, it's Georgia on top so far. They jumped out to an early lead in that opening period. Let's take a quick look at the stats so far. And as we flip the field and begin quarter number 2, we'll see if they can continue to build this lead. They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Boy, Chris, to me, the defense looks like they're dropping back in zone coverage, worried about a pass play here on third down. Instead, the offense elects to run the ball, catches them off guard, and it's good enough for a first down.
The Volunteers pick up enough yards to move the sticks. They'll switch it up, looking to throw. Got him. He's sacked.
I can't believe the amount of pressure this defense is getting on this quarterback. Sack after sack. Well, you got to think about changing things up. The snap count, the scheme, anything at all to help this offensive line. They're overmatched so far in this game.
Pass protection, a serious issue. Another sack makes it 2nd and long. Quarterback keeps the football. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the quarterback does everything right except pitch the football. The defensive end's going to take him, which is great. That's what you want. But you got to get that ball out quicker to not allow that defensive end to make that play.
The offense 2 for 2 on third downs in this drive, but this will be tough. It's 3rd and long. Dropping back. It's Ayamaleva. Defense is coming after him. Can't find anybody on third down. Throws it away. And now 4th down coming up.
Oh, he just threw it away here, Chris, and it's not the worst decision. You'd wish he'd find a guy open to give him a chance for this offense to convert, but at least they have some room now to work if they want to bring the punter out.
And the Vols will line up to kick it away. It's on to kick it away, helping his team with field position. On the return, it's Evans. And the returner will be brought down. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. The last drive produced 3 points thanks to an excellent long-range field goal. On the handoff, they'll test the right side here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And, you know, being able to have a balanced attack, so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Lovett.
Defenses all around the country have got to do a better job of keeping an eye on these little guys from the slot. They can dismantle a defense with their speed and quickness in the open space.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. And they'll use the ground game here. Football comes out. It's a turnover. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Gain of 2 yards. Now it's 2nd down and 8.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound, and it's really solid defense on that play.
The Volunteers come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. And now the running back's got it again. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire first half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Picks up about 3 yards there, but it's going to be 4th down.
At the 47-yard line. Now, a 4th down.
The Vols will line up to punt it away. Looking to flip the field here. And the punt will go out of bounds, taking the returner out of play. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They moved it well last time, got across the 50, but then fumbled the football away. He's swarmed by the defense. A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Quick pass, the catch is made. And he will make the 1st down. Tackled at the 26.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that 1st down.
The shotgun running play call. Tackle made at the 37. That's a solid gain.
Chris, a really good job here by this back to be able to find that hole and pick up the yards for this 1st down. And, boy, Georgia's had some good backs over the years, and this young man is living up to that tradition today.
Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. Lets it fly to the wideout. Catch is made. Room to run here. That's a big gain deep into plus territory. They'll spot it near the 30.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
The offense really clicking against this battle defense. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Running back grabs it on a screen. That play is blown up. Defense makes the tackle in the backfield. He has been a game wrecker today for this defense, taking advantage of this big stage.
And Chris, when we sat down with him in our production meeting, he didn't have a lot to say. He was very focused on what he needed to do. Just had a feeling he might step up and have a big game.
Fakes the handoff here, looking to throw it. Catch made along the sideline, but he's short of the sticks. Then he'll run out of bounds, picking up a few yards on the play.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. Run the ball, and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the 3rd down call is. Got space, looking to score. And he scores. Touchdown, Dogs.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more.
That makes the score Georgia 24, Tennessee.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field.
Number 91, set to kick it off.
And here's the return from inside the 5. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Volunteers' high-tempo offense is back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3 and out. Can they put something together in this round? They stop him right at the 24.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Now it's second down here. Grab behind the line. It's White. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup was good enough to move the chains. First down.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Looking to throw. It's Iamaleava. And the pass is complete to the tight end. And they get him down after the completion.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
It's second down after that completion. He hands it to the back. A change of direction. Oh, got to showcase his spin move, but dropped quickly after just a short gain.
He's tackled at the 41. Brings up third down.
The punter has been very busy so far. Can they finally convert here on third down? They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Tackle is made, but that's good for a first down of the 47.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do work.
About time this offense gets going. It's a 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Selden. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there. Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
They bring him down. That's a very solid game, but still well short of the first down.
Chris, it's the consistency of this back that is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. And he lofts it toward the sideline. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on third down, but now it brings up 4th.
Boy, that was beautiful. Man, this defensive back, he's putting on a clinic today on how to defend against the deep ball and man coverage without committing a penalty. I'm sure the secondary coach is very proud of that execution.
And the Volunteers will have to kick this away. And he's on for his 5th punt of the day now. And he punts it out of bounds, so no return. First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. They'll hand it off. He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1. We've reached the 2-minute warning here. Let's see if this offense can build on this big lead before halftime. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact. No flag. Brings up 3rd down.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
After the incompletion, they'll come to the line with 3rd and 1. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Grab down the middle. It's Lovett. They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that first down yardage.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Short connection to the tight end here. Brought down, it crosses midfield to the 46.
Yeah, you know this defense has got to be frustrated after giving them multiple conversions now on first downs. There's another one. But for the offense, man, they're just playing very efficiently right now.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Back to throw again. Fires it to the wide out. Caught over the middle. It's Lovett. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
This offense has become a first down machine, and that's so demoralizing for a defense, especially for those star players who don't sub out as much. But the fourth quarter really starts to wear you out.
Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a first down. Throws to the tight end. He's got it near the end zone. Forced out of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a 1st and goal.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
So 2 big plays in a row. The defense is reeling here. Now it's 1st and goal. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia. Sam Van Cunningham, Bo Jackson. That's a play that legendary running backs have made.
And let's not forget Herschel Walker. Yeah, it's right. You're thinking of old school running backs. It's very rare to see backs go up and over at the goal line. It's refreshing. Nice to see.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. PAT is good as they build on this big lead.
That makes the score Georgia 31, Tennessee 0.
So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. Returner decides to field it. To be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the Volunteers' powerful offense back out on the field. Backed up this close to the end zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. And a timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. Game moves the ball to the 37. Another first down. To throw, it's Ayamaleva. It's caught downfield. The offense will call a timeout. That's their second of the half.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
They bring him down, but the freshman quarterback showing off the arm strength.
The quarterback was selling that he was going to throw the ball downfield, and I think the defense fell for it. Instead, he goes to the curl route, and I think it really caught this defense off guard.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Falls incomplete, broken up by the defender nicely that time.
Some players just have a real knack for timing their jump, and that defender was able to get a big paw on the ball and bat it away.
Incomplete. Second down coming up. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. He's got it for a big gain. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
I think the defense got fooled here. They thought that receiver was going to go deep downfield. He ends up curling back to the inside for a nice gain.
First down and 10 now. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And he just throws it away there. Safe move. Had nobody open. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. The pass rush closing in. Able to throw it away. He felt the heavy pressure and took a hit, but got rid of the football.
I mean, this defense is having their way with this offensive line. That poor quarterback doesn't have a chance. Every time he drops back to throw, he's getting ear-holed. You better make some adjustments up front to give your poor quarterback a chance.
So it's 3rd down, but out comes the field goal unit. They'll try to add 3 points before halftime. No problem. Knocks it right through.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. Return begins inside the 10. And he'll be brought down, and that will wrap up the first half of play. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
The Dogs will kick this away to begin the second half. The turn starts from inside the 5. He steps out at the 23. That's where the drive will start. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They've really built momentum in this game. They've been hard to stop. Can the defense make some adjustments, come up with a stop here? The quarterback will throw this out of the RPO.
This is what makes the RPO so difficult to defend if you have a quarterback who can read it. It's that old argument, which guy has the chalk last? Well, with a quarterback that can read it like that, the quarterback has the chalk last. He reads that they're up, makes the throw in the quick slant, gets some really good yards.
To throw, it's Beck. Comes up with the catch. Defense surrounds him, just a short gain on that completion.
And they get some positive yards here, but just from sitting up here looking down, Chris, you kind of have a sense that they wanted a little bit more on that play.
That completion sets up an important 3rd down play. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Makes a quick grab. That gain is good enough for a first down. Ball spotted at the 42.
Well, this quarterback is unflappable. Here they are working with the lead in the second half. Get to a 3rd down. You got to throw the football. This is where you trust the quarterback to make a good decision, an accurate throw. He does it, you convert, and you keep working that clock.
And there's the handoff. Well, they test the middle there, but get nothing.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. They'll feed the back again. Tackled, but not before he gets into enemy territory at the 45. Well, this offense continues to roll. We wondered, would this defense come up with some answers at halftime? Not on that play.
Now, they've tried to make every adjustment they can. This offense has been very impressive with the way they're able to keep this ball on the ground, churning out big yards. I think they're gaining more confidence, really, as this game goes on.
Gives it to the back. Makes a nice move there. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And now the handoff. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
And he dumps it off to the tight end. Physical running, fights off the defender. Finally marked out after a big game, but hold on. There's a penalty marker on the field. Let's check this out. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. From the shotgun now. Here's a handoff inside. And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down.
Nice job here of controlling the line of scrimmage by this offensive line. The back does what he needs to do to get positive yards on first down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Back to pass. It's Beck. Running out of time in the pocket. And he just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. Ninth play of the drive coming up. This is a tough third and long. Dropping back. Looking to throw for the first down. And is intercepted. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, this defense did exactly what they needed to do. Come up with a turnover here in the second half to get themselves back in the game. They get the interception. Now, can their offense come up with a way to cut into this lead?
And Tennessee's offense back out on the field now. After a field goal the last time out, we'll see what they can get here. Running back with the football. Football knocked loose in the backfield. The offense recovers it. They maintain possession but lose a bunch of yards. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up third down.
It's now third down.
Come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
Now the defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the first half that they could take advantage of. They come out early and try to hit it for a big one.
The Vols will bring their punt team onto the field. Forced to kick it away for the sixth time. And the returner brought down by the coverage team. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. The junior able to bring him down quickly.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Grab behind the line. It's Urasek. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this third down. To throw, it's back. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Fighting off the tackler. And they're finally able to stop him. A great execution on the screen pass. Fooled the defense there.
Boy, this offensive line, you got to tip your cap. They've done everything you would ask of them in taking care of this quarterback. They do it again here on third down, working with that lead. You know the pressure's coming, and they deliver.
Georgia getting set with a 1st and 10 now. The tight end goes in motion before the snap. On the ground, it's Etienne. And he's stopped after gaining 4 yards. So 2nd and 6.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Catch made over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
How about the arm strength from this quarterback? He really didn't have any other option than to put it right in there and give it everything that he had. Great timing and a good job of squeezing that in between the defenders.
The Bulldogs pick up 1st down yardage to keep the drive going. And the quarterback dropping back. Finds his man. It's Lovett. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Quarterback sees that this defense is dropping way back in zone coverage, so he does the right thing. Gets it underneath to that drag route and picks up a 1st down.
1st down here for this offense. And the single back takes the handoff. And they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play.
Hold it.
That one hurts. Backs him up 10 yards. 1st down play call. How aggressive will it be? Grab down the middle. It's Bell. And they'll get him down that time.
Great execution on the RPO. Quarterback does a nice job as he's putting the ball into the belly of the back, making sure to read his key. This defense was determined. They came up to stop the run. Quarterback saw it, pulled it out, hit the quick slant right behind it for some great yards.
Back to throw. It's Beck. Fires it to the wideout. Pass ball is incomplete. There was a lot of contact. No penalty. Brings up 3rd down.
Well, this quarterback and his receivers have got to get on the same page. They've got to find a rhythm if they want to move the ball down the field.
So now it's 3rd and short from the +24. Could be 4-down territory. Interesting to see what the call is here. Looking to throw yet again. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a 1st down.
Well, when you play zone defense on 3rd down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the 1st down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
An inside give now from the shotgun. Brought down after picking up 5 yards, so 2nd and 5.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the 2nd and 3rd down coming up.
So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. It's a shotgun run call. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. So this defense finally makes a play. That's one of the few negative plays for this offense today.
Yeah, you said it, Chris. They don't have the easiest road to climb back in this one, but little plays like that can be points of positivity of what coaches will likely focus on as they move forward.
Pre-snap motion from the offense. And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Makes the catch. Can he get in? The stop made at the 5. The offense will have 1st and goal now.
Now that's what I call coming through for your team in a pressure situation. Great read, got the ball where it needed to go, and now you're set up to get 6.
Very efficient on 3rd down, and now it's 1st down and goal. They'll run it here. Running back has the ball. Touchdown, Bulldogs. To stretch the lead, the route is on.
Man, that's another touchdown for this guy. This defense better adjust and get eyes into that backfield, or he may go for a 3rd or a 4th later today.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more.
That makes the score for Georgia 38.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away.
Number 91 set to kick it away.
And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. And Tennessee's high-powered offense is back out on the field. Last time was a quick 3-and-out. Can they get a drive going this time? Caught near the sideline. It's White. Tackle made after the completion.
Hey, Chris, give him credit. It was nice technique to be able to hold on for that catch and stay in bounds, but he didn't go very far.
Second down after that short completion. And the quarterback keeps it on the option. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, how about this defense? Just so physical against the run. These guys have not been able to do anything on the ground, and it's because of that defensive line and those linebackers taking away the run game.
They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. This one's going to fall incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long. But when you're so far behind the chains, boy, you really allow this defense to dictate things. And it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
The Volunteers will line up to punt it away. He's on to boot it away now. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain on the return. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going?
Boy, I thought he might shake free there. He's able to break one tackle, but give credit to the secondary. Good job of coming up and run support.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. Looking downfield. It's Beck. Catch made on the right side. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. Take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
And notice how the balance of this passing game has been on display here. A whole bunch of guys getting involved catching passes. That's tough to stop. One quarter to play in what has been a beatdown so far. So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. They'll run it from the gun. Breaking free at the 35. And he busts loose right down the middle. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Dogs. And the route is on. And momentum really building. Now, Kirk, this one could get out of hand here in a hurry.
And that's the last thing you want to do in a rivalry game. Not just lose the game, but get embarrassed. Man, you got to fight for 60 minutes.
See if they can convert the point after.
Kicker on for the extra point.
PAT is good as they build on this big lead.
That makes the score Georgia 45, Tennessee 3.
Now they get set to kick it
Number
away.
91 set to advance on the football.
He's going to return it from near the goal line. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. And the Volunteers' high-tempo offense is back out on the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Looking downfield. It's Ayamaleva. And he's going to float this one to the right side. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Potentially a touchdown-saving tackle, but not before a long completion.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
Red zone. A handoff from the shotgun.
Well, the offense goes with a counter play here, and the defense does a pretty good job of slowing it down. Again, you got to be disciplined on defense. Just when you think they're running on the front side, they run that counter play, and you better be home on the back side.
Heads up, offense is now operating in the red zone. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
Hands it off on the counter. He's not going to get the first down. It's 4th down.
Tackle is made at the 17-yard line. Coming up, 4th down.
So they'll settle for a field goal attempt here. He was on target with his first try. See if he can keep it going from 34 yards away. He knocks this one right through. They tackle on 3 points, but still a large deficit.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. Not surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. Game moves the ball out past the 25-yard line.
I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half. And he's already at it again.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the tailback's got it again. Breaks loose at the 40. A big play moves the ball across midfield, the opponent's 43.
I mean, it seems like every time this guy touches the ball, it's another big gain. This poor defense, it's just not been their day at all. What a dominant performance by this offense on the other hand.
The offense operating at peak efficiency. They come to the line again. On the run, it's ETN. The pickup is 5 yards, so it's second down and 5.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
The game makes it second and medium. The shotgun handoff here. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
What a shock, right? I mean, this guy once again gets his hands on the football, and great things seems to happen. He's over 120 yards on the day, and it's really been a combination of his vision and speed, along with really dominant offensive line play.
The Dogs pick up enough for a first down here. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
The game makes it second and medium. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly. So now it's third and short for the plus 25. They're in field goal range. Well, let's see what the call is. They're thinking about touchdown, of course. And he'll loft it to the end zone. That one falls incomplete. They tried to press it deep, but now it brings up fourth down.
Interesting call here, Chris, to throw the ball on third and short. Unable to come up with a first down. Now here at fourth down, you got a big decision to make. Do you kick the field goal just to add to the lead, or maybe go for this here with a chance to drop the hammer?
So here on fourth down, out comes the field goal team. And he knocks that one right through. And they add to their lead.
Snap, the hold, the kick, everything there perfect to put 3 points up here for the offense.
So after building this big lead, they're set to kick it off. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. And the Volunteers' powerful offense back out the field. They settled for a field goal last time out. They're looking for the end zone here, no doubt. Looking for the wideout. Pass incomplete under heavy pressure. Just got it away.
It's pretty simple as a defensive coordinator. When the quarterback drops back to throw, if we get pressure on him, we got a chance to slow him down and win the football game. If we don't, could be a long afternoon. Good job here by dialing up the pressure.
So second down after the incompletion. Looking to throw. It's Ayamaleva. Goes to his right side there for the completion. Tackle made on the play at the 29-yard line.
Great execution here by this offense against zone coverage with a curl route. Hit that last step in your drop. You see where you want to go with it. Put it right on his shoulder for a first down.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Punt over the middle. It's Thornton. They finally make the tackle, but the big gain moves the ball across midfield to the 47.
Boy, this receiver in the slot is giving this defense all kinds of problems. He has another catch on the day. You may want to adjust out, get out of your base, maybe try 5 or 6 defensive backs on the field, somebody that can match up more athletically against this slot receiver.
Quick throw to his receiver. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down. The offense now operating in empty. And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Grab down the middle. It's Thornton. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid gain there.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure. It's allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
Third down upcoming after that completion. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Lets it go quickly. Incomplete. Very lucky to avoid an interception there.
Boy, third down and short. They decide to throw the football, roll the dice a bit. Doesn't work out. Now you're at 4th and short. You got to wonder, with this offensive line and this running back, do you run the football to convert, or do they try to go through the air again?
The kick is good. Offense collects 3 points on the drive. So they get the 3 points, but this remains a large deficit.
Chris, they get the 3 points, but looking back at it, 4th and inches. Pretty conservative call there. I really thought they would have gone for it.
So after the field goal, the kicker out there again to boot it away. He'll return it from inside the 5. Coverage team brings down the returner. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They settled for 3 last time. Let's see what they can come up with this drive. Fighting off the defender.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Ball handed off. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. Trying to find room. It's ETN. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Man, I've gotten so conditioned here now that we're in the 4th quarter to see this guy get the football, just get more positive yards. Finally this afternoon, the defense steps up, says enough is enough, and they come up with a nice tackle.
After a 1st down loss, it's 2nd and long from the 23. Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. He stopped just short of that 1st down marker, inches away from him. Crucial 3rd down play coming up after that run. Handoff to the back. They'll keep the clock moving. Good enough for 1st down yardage.
How impressive these guys been up front today. Big 3rd down. Know what you need to do. Get the 1st down. Continue to hold on to that lead. Continue to work clock. And get that much closer to securing a victory.
This Georgia offense is moving quickly down the field. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior. Here's the 2nd down play. Handoff here from the shotgun. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. Offense looking to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. They'll try to run for the 1st down. Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks.
You know, the thing that's really stood out today for this offense has been the balance. Now, they've gotten some yardage out of the running back. He's done his job. The offensive line is protected and given the quarterback a chance to be able to throw the football. He's been able to throw the football into the end zone. Now they're just looking to put on the finishing touches to win the game.
He hands it off from the gun. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
Well, this guy's got some wiggle, and you can see there he's got some power. He's able to break through one arm tackle, but the secondary comes up to finish him off.
And the long drive continues. The offense pushing the ball down the field. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. So they make the tackle, what will be the final play of the game as the clock hits 0-0.